I think I'll keep it.
Me too.
All right. We're underway. On the left is Force of Phil Blackman of Eternal Dirtles with Miracles. And on the right, joining us for the first time in a while, is Ron on Cephalid Breakfast and a Hedge Maze Surveil, a Tat Mystic Sanctuary, now a Brainstorm.
Go ahead.
All right, unclear if the players knew what they were up against in this matchup, so that could be interesting. I think most people are aware that Force of Phil is on Miracles, but we'll see. Here's Portent. Portent has a hot new version in Dustmorn Commander, by the way. Worth checking out if you're a fan of the card. Meticulous Archive, Surveil on end step. Bill calling for a ban of Brainstorm in the chat. Wow.
I'll dump that.
Bill, listen. Bill and people like Bill that call for bans of Brainstorm, you have to understand something, okay? Legacy players, what they want makes no sense, okay? Does everybody understand? But just an idea, what if we took like some beloved cards, let's say Psychotog and Shadow Mage Infiltrator, combine them together, they're both blue-black, they're both beloved cards, and make the card a Legacy staple. Legacy players will love that, right?
Okay. So I am at Thank you. Playing it fast and loose today.
There's no way anyone would hate that, right?
I do.
And just ponder.
Sure.
Shit.
The Brainstorm?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Scott absolutely right. Card can't possibly ruin Legacy. Yeah.
Or the trigger.
I'm just throwing ideas out there, you know?
Hell.
There's a Brainstorm. So we've seen a Cephalid Illusionist get countered. We've seen a couple of cantrips fired off. Ron going to attempt to rebuild. I expect, since we see Hedge Maze on the board right now, the blue-green Surveil land from Karlov Manor, Nadu is in the mix. And there it is, the bird. Now infamously thrown the hell out of Modern. Here's Nadu Winged Wisdom on the stack.
I'll flat over the Nadu. Pitch another Brainstorm.
Force of Will pitching Brainstorm.
3 left.
Ron's going to force back, throwing away a Cephalid Illusionist. It looks like Nadu is going to resolve. Dr. Pepper 77, thank you for the sub with Prime, and 7 months to go along with it. Perfect for your username. Alan Delvergo says, I'm in the Philly airport, and I'm sure I've clocked some LobsterCon attendees. What the heck is LobsterCon again? Does anybody know?
Can you use a new type? Because it must tribal. Yeah, it was tribal. Oh, tribal is fine.
The fact that that deck is still around
It's great.
I'm gonna probably be it too.
All right, a Brainstorm for Force of Phil once again. Twitch chat predicting a long game. Richard and Pizza asking a big question. Was Nadu tested for 1v1? They don't test the cards for 1v1 anymore. They don't do that. Bill says it's the pre-modern Eternal Weekend. Oh, God. Falling asleep already.
With the trigger?
Yep.
Harry Houdini, thank you for the resub, 26 months. So happy to have been here for 26 months. Thank you, Harry. Harry holding us down with a green gifter badge, which almost none of you have, actually. So, Harry Houdini, a pillar of the 90s MTG community, I would say.
Sure.
So trigger. Put Nadu in my hand.
Kind of a neat play here. Nadu getting exiled anyway, getting 2 Nadu triggers out of the deal. Swords on his own Nadu, which should have gone to exile, but I guess that's unlikely to matter. We have a wrong zone violation.
I bet you'll never guess what I'm going to do.
All right, force pitching Brain Surge. Nadu is countered. Force of Phil managing to keep the breakfast crew off the board. Here's Leyline Dowser.
No account. Okay.
Has to go.
Yeah, it is true that the breakfast deck can reanimate creatures potentially, but there was already a Nadu in the yard, so that's why I said it doesn't matter. But put the cards in the zone. All right, Narcomoeba comes down. That'll resolve. Force of Phil has a swords, but Prismatic Ending removed the Leyline Dowser.
I guess my graveyard.
Leyline Dowser would have been a nice way for Phil to get ahead in this game. Bill says Phil was talking about not playing I Win the Game cards in his deck. Shows up with Leyline Dowser. Yeah, Force of Phil discusses such things on the Eternal Dirtles podcast once in a while. By the way, did we just lose connection or something just now? Is everything working okay?
Go.
Good.
Can someone let me know if there's a catastrophic failure of the stream? So Narcomoeba equipped with Shuko.
Yeah.
Go.
Good.
Yeah.
All appears to be working okay on my end. A Hype Train just started after Pew Pew has resubbed for a 17th month and says, I'm tired of Narcomoeba ruining Magic. Yeah. It's the Future Sight set. That's another portent for Phil resolving now. He's going to choose to shuffle this time.
Pass you.
All right, no miracle that time.
Attack.
No.
Narcomoeba equipped with Shuko continuing to hit for 2. Here's Nomads in Core, one of the combo pieces.
Go ahead.
Cards.
4. Sure.
The Wandering Emperor. Haven't seen this one in a while. Very cool card. I want to say about 2 years ago was really hot in Legacy. But it's simmered down, but a pleasure to see this card in action.
Fatal Push the Barrow Clay.
Remind myself.
Yeah. I'm a fan. All right, there's a Terminus for Phil, so the board is cleared of creatures, and the Wandering Emperor will make a Samurai.
Escape for that is 3 on a black card.
2.
Pass.
Good. Plus your 13.
Sure.
Got 3.
Okay, the Yu-Gi-Oh card representing a Samurai. It attacks for 3. It's a 2/2 base power toughness created by the Wandering Emperor, and now it has a Pulsomastone counter on it after The Wandering Emperor has plussed. 2.5 minutes approximately left on this hype train. Sub-gifter cheer to level us up.
I'll pass.
Cavern of Souls? Maybe Wizard?
Yeah.
Cavern on Wizard, that could potentially create some problems. Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Not the worst.
Let's do top X codes. On top of your library, put the rest on the bottom. I think I'll go with that one. All equipped?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Thassa's Oracle equipped with Shuko.
2/3.
2/3, yeah.
Attack with 3.
No blocks.
Okay.
You have the.
Okay, making a backup Samurai 2/2. Wandering Emperor at 1 loyalty.
Oh, dude, that fighting ball therapy, you're cooked.
Brainstorm?
I didn't choose the first turn.
Know that?
I think I flung you again, so I can
Brainstorm resolving here for Ron. No real attacks at the moment for Thassa's Oracle on this Wandering Emperor. Okay, a Swords on a Samurai as a start. Force of Will will gain some life back up to 11. And a gesture to attack the Wandering Emperor. The Samurai will, of course, jump block to protect. Thassa's Oracle does not have Vigilance.
Yeah.
Ponder?
Sure.
That's an easy one.
All right.
Okay, now a Ponder. Maybe this, well, if this Ponder had fines removal for the Samurai that was just there, this being played after combat won't look so good.
Go ahead. Sure.
Brain Surge on end step here for Phil. No miracles. Looks like Phil has plenty of removal. I spotted at least 2 Sword Plowshares and a Terminus.
So this will technically get Exile underneath it.
6 cards in hand for Phil. Here's a Ponder.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question for the chat and for the YouTube comments. Which decks do you consider tier 1 right now? Which decks do you consider tier 1 right now? Your opinion. Leyline Dowser back on the board. Prismatic ending on Shuko, it looks like. Shuko gone. Wandering Emperor has plus. There are no creatures on the board currently to block. Thassa's Oracle only has 1 power.
The possibility and it's a plus one plus one counter on a creature I don't have. Target this.
Dinos and Rad Stag Maverick. Yeah, I think those are the tier 1 decks, actually. AJ Potato and Aviator got it right.
Dude, that's the classic miracle.
All right, casting on an Archamoeba, attacking the Wandering Emperor. The Wandering Emperor will lose a loyalty. Leyline Dowser getting activated. Thwart to hand. Here's Terminus. 2 creatures on the board for Ron currently. They'll go away. Wandering Emperor will plus. No targets. Activating the Dowser. Put a Flooded Shrine into the yard.
I'm open this because I'm gonna go for it.
Can adapt be done at instant speed?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Barrogoyf has a lot of fans in the chat.
Go ahead.
All right, the Wandering Emperor will make another Samurai. Create another Samurai. Eldrazi, Frog, and Painter, says Vasilak. High train complete. Thank you for the subs.
Pass.
Okay. Gonna shuffle. Fetch end of turn.
Yep.
I'll waste round.
Storm says, "I wish Doomsday was tier 1." Do you though? Do we want to play against Doomsday? Oh. The artifact on Phil's side is Leyline Dowser. I'll get the text up on the screen again. Card from the Outlaws Thunder Junction Commander set. Might be an overlooked one. Card can really do a lot. Call Me says Frog, Reanimator, and Eldrazi. Yeah. All right, plussing the Wandering Emperor. Attacking with a 3/3 Samurai. It gets swords. Phil will gain 3.
Force will. Sure. Go ahead.
2.
Mystic Sanctuary puts Force of Will on top. I believe Phil still has Thwart in hand, right? I haven't lost track of that. There's an Urza's Saga. Making some constructs could help the cause, I guess.
I forgot how many thousands it was.
Nomads.
I think I was supposed to cross. Why is that for so cheap?
Go ahead.
Nomads and Core on the board. Phil should be able to deal with that.
Not again.
Why not the one? Sometimes it's like, I don't like one stocking.
And also
So like, I forgot, is it more expensive than like Cephalid and stuff like that? Or is it?
Creates another Samurai. Back down to 1 loyalty as the Wandering Emperor.
2.
I was thinking about trading.
Urza's Saga has hit 2 chapter counters now. It can start making some really weak constructs. This is there's a Lotus Petal to help. But as there's Nadu Winged Wisdom once again. I mean, there's no way this resolves, right?
Cards. 1.
1 card in Ron's hand? I think that's getting... Oh, all right. Lets it resolve. Swords it. Fair enough. Ponder revealed. That will go to hand. Ah, the Cavern was used. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Cavern was used. My bad. Good catch by the chat. Good catch by the chat.
Take it.
Yeah, we have 5
Pass.
End of turn, make a guy. I don't have any.
Okay, end of turn, making a construct. Jen in the chat is Ron. Okay, good to know. What's up, Ron?
You're replaying it, Corey? I have started off the game.
Okay. Chapter 3. Draw. Triggers on the stack. Make a guy.
Yep.
So much better.
That's tapped. And search.
Yep.
Okay, going to search now with Urza's Saga. Magic Ad's calling it out. No proper token. Yeah. Shuko is found. One of the combo pieces.
Did you learn like playing Magic? I always know.
Stancil says, "Is Ice Age the best swords art?" Let's be careful with the best art stuff.
Draw 3.
Magic players have no idea.
And you're exiled.
Blood strands.
Alright.
No, I'm not taking it.
7 to activate.
7 to activate, and then any Eldrazi?
Yeah. That's my second. I will respond to that.
Ponder.
Sure.
To block.
That one. Cards in hand.
Pondering. So the Yu-Gi-Oh cards on Ron's side are constructs created by Urza's Saga. The Yu-Gi-Oh card on Force of Phil's side is a samurai created by the Wandering Emperor. Attacking the Wandering Emperor right now with a Shuko-equipped construct. Swordsing the other construct, it looks like.
4.
Four?
Good luck.
And looks like offering a trade with the samurai, and all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are now gone.
So you draw a card, and then I get to see it, and then I get when it takes out, I can play it.
These cards.
This match drags on. The Wandering Emperor continues to put up quite a fight. Leyline Dowser will continue to gain Phil a card advantage here. Here's Brain Surge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wandering Emperor is putting in work, I would say. Leyline Dowser, Prismatic Ending to hand.
I'm gonna take Brain Surge.
Prismatic ammunition.
So I'll just let you on the side of this and pass it.
Fetch. Go to 2.
Scott says, I think Phil has a backup Emperor too. I didn't see that. But, pretty good if so.
Okay. 7 in hand.
7 in hand. Pass it.
Alright, cool. Gucci.
Teferi. It's getting Force of Negation immediately.
No, you're at 17. You're doing the right thing. It still gets a lot.
Got it.
Basic Island thrown away.
And for turn. Plus you take a card. Take it. Pass it.
Twitch chat losing track of things a bit here. Yeah, the Thassa's Oracle is on the bottom of the deck, I believe. Ron confirms that in the chat.
3.
I'll down it again. Sure. Yeah, brainstorm's good.
There's a saga? I'm sorry, I need that back.
Okay, there's another Urza Saga. Yeah, Brecht in the chat pointing out Nadu or Saga tokens could also win the game as well. It's not all up to the breakfast Thassa's Oracle combo. Plussing the Wandering Emperor. Now the Samurai is a 4-4, so Force of Phil has quite a clock. Dropping down to 9. And I think I saw just now that Phil does, in fact, have another copy of the Wandering Emperor in hand, unless that's a different Planeswalker. I can't tell for sure, but I think it is another Wandering Emperor. Leyline Dowser will continue to be activated. Brain Surge went to hand that time.
Back for 5.
Captain says, wonder how much Phil has spent on altars. It has to be like millions of dollars at this point.
And then I
Down
can
8.
keep going.
Grab this tundra that's on top.
Yeah, 2 voices in my hand. I'm good. I don't need more land. Any creatures.
Maybe even tens of millions.
Days. I'll return a hedge base to my hand.
And then brainstorm.
He's down. Murktide comes in.
Okay, so I got 4
What's like the original like?
Play hedge mace.
I
Decklists.
will
Also go.
make a construct
Sure.
and block it.
Sure.
Okay, chump blocking with a construct. Phil is fine with that. The Samurai is now a 5-5. Wandering Emperor has 4 loyalty. Terminus discarded to hand size, it looks like.
Okay. Draw step, trigger. Make a duder.
Yeah, 5-5.
Okay, searching with Thassa's Oracle. Alec and the Ink, thank you for the resub 15 months. In light of an election year, Chris, will you accept mail-in votes for the next match? Yeah, people are always mailing in their votes. And, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
I'll attempt to daze it. Turn hit base in my hand.
Wizard.
Yep.
All right, Nadu cannot be countered. It will resolve. Unlikely to last very long, if we're being honest.
Pass the turn.
Does?
Sure.
Leyline Dowser dumped into the trash. You see how Phil's graveyard is arranged right now? One of the things, I mean, I understand playing the game logistically, you have to do this sometimes. But when my opponent has a graveyard like that, I hate having to ask, can I see your graveyard? It's like, oh, man.
It's like we've seen in the past. We can metagame this thing.
I'll take it.
Attack for 6.
Attacking for 6 with this 6/6 Samurai. Ron's going to take it, drop down to 2. This particular game is being played at Game Storia in Queens, here in New York City.
It's a little more for sure.
Casey Greger, thank you for the resub, 15 months. Hi, friends. It's a Brain Surge resolving now for Force of Fill, putting some cards back on top. Prismatic Ending on Nadu. Nadu will trigger. Das's Oracle revealed. Looks like Ron's holding a Cephalid Illusionist. The Thassa's Oracle we saw. A copy of Force of Will, I believe. If Ron could assemble a breakfast combo and fire it off instant speed, like with Nomads and Core, could potentially cast a Thassa's Oracle that can't be countered. It's going to be tough to break through Phil's defenses at this point, though.
Oh, no.
I think Phil is actually running a copy of Gaia's Blessing. Phil is very low on cards in the library.
Wizard.
Okay, Wizard. Here's Illusionist. Narcomoeba. That is in.
Sure. Flip over Guy's Blessing.
Gaia's Blessing. There we go. Scott was right. Gaia's Blessing will resolve. Graveyard gets shuffled into the library. Doesn't the Gaia's Blessing get shuffled in too, or am I forgetting how that card works?
Attack for 6.
Attacking for 6 with the Samurai. Another Yu-Gi-Oh card goes down.
Trigger.
The Leyline Dowser is a replacement. It goes to hand. Good catch. Yeah, I forgot why it went into the graveyard for a moment there. That's why we need the chat here. If it was just me by myself, we wouldn't get any of this right.
One.
Can I see your copy?
Sure, you can.
Yeah, Pew Pew wants me to be fired.
I'm going to Guy's Blessing targeting your 3 fetch list that I just pulled up. Target player shuffles 3 cards into their library and then I draw cards.
Okay, so Gaia's Blessing shuffling 3 fetches into Ron's library, just kind of like ruining the deck a tiny bit. Wandering Emperor continues to do its thing, making another Samurai Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That was pretty epic. I was thinking about playing like the turn before you played the
Looks like Phil is still holding that thwart. As some of you are aware, thwart can return Mystic Sanctuaries to hand. Nomads and Core just hit the table. Leyline Dowser puts a Terminus.
Did you have a
Okay, +1/+1 counter onto the newer Samurai. 2 Narcomoebas are chump blocking. It looks like Phil is close to closing this out.
Sure.
Important target myself.
I ultimately can definitely
Because
That's the second.
because if I were to see it, I would have to hope that you don't enjoy
Bio die?
Yeah.
It was a weird
Urza Saga comes in, gets its first chapter counter. Is there any way for Ron here? I mean, Thassa's Oracle can block. Scry. Looks like a Swords went to the top of the deck. Force of Will was the second card down. Nope, one of the cards is being put on the bottom. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah.
Probably the Force.
Wandering Emperor.
Ooh, the Wandering Emperor getting flashed in here on end step.
All force.
All 4 picking a piece.
Thwart returning 3 Mystic Sanctuaries to protect the Wandering Emperor. And that is the game. Game 1 goes to Force of Phil.
All right. Sick.
So Force of Phil grinded that one out. Moving on to Game 2, Ron will be on the play.
Oh.
Okay.
Me too.
Meticulous Archive, Serval dumps a Tundra into the graveyard. Vinny says Legacy is the only format where a Game 1 is 40 minutes. I don't know about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
Right, so draw, yeah, you'll draw first. Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah, like I could like
Yeah, we have to be low on time in this match, right? Harry Houdini, accurate in the chat.
Go ahead.
All right, Cephalid Illusionist will hit. People of the chat, people of the YouTube comments, what format besides Legacy are you playing the most right now? Besides Legacy. Don't count Legacy in your answer. What format are you playing the most?
I go with
I saw that like right before the Pro Tour. Someone posted a list like
Vintage Cube. A couple of Cube players in the chat. Just a Pig says Flesh and Blood. Oh, God.
Sure. If I draw swords, I win the game. Let's see. Okay, whatever.
6 for 1.
Me, right? Yeah.
Some people playing Vintage in the chat. Interesting. Harry Houdini not following directions says Legacy. Some modern players in the chat. Adam says Lorcano.
So,
making sure.
land, this. And then that is the other.
The Terminus hitting the stack right now.
Yeah, so land creature is instant. Yeah. So
You're just like, I'm looking at my sideboard like, removal, and that's at 20 rounds.
Okay, Force of Negation protects the Cephalid Illusionist. It will remain on the battlefield for now.
Well, I mean,
Ponder?
Sure.
There's a Saga. It could potentially, in a couple of turns, find Shuko. It looks like Thassa's Oracle is in hand.
trigger.
Where are we going?
AP says not enough Serendib or Freach this match. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was so confused. He was doing like blue, black, green.
Some people in the chat were talking about Lobster Con earlier. Maybe you should go there, AP.
Before damage.
People playing old school 93-94 format that I am still banned from. Still banned.
We're gonna get rid of the.
I'll discard nothing. Just one trigger.
Scott pointing out that Ron has Memory's Journey. I didn't spot that. That would make a difference. All right, Cephalid Illusionist is gone, though. There's the Memory's Journey, and it's now in the graveyard.
They went to turns. Like both people could have won like 4 different times. I had it. They were starting.
Leyline Dowser. Chris Benucci impersonators at 93-94 events now. Yeah, you know, people are mocking me for being banned.
Naming what? What is it naming?
Yeah, that's what John said. Yeah.
Merc
verbatim.
time. Gotcha.
And it was, we all lost. We all started crying out. And then that sounds like a threat. Like we're not going to friend.
I'll go first.
That sounds like I'm gonna kick your ass outside. Yeah. And they were still like arguing, and he was like, I'm gonna count to 5. That's why I don't play non-comp Mario. Yep. Yeah, there's nothing to it. I'm kind of kidding, but I'm also. It was a little weird that there were no extras. It's also a little bit.
Go ahead.
Does?
Yeah.
Honor.
There's also
Leyline Dowser continues.
if you top 8 it and got like fifth or 8th, you lost $5. Yeah, there's $30.
I got $30.
Yeah.
Make a neuter? 30 United States dollars.
I got 30 bucks.
Sounds like a lot of laughing in the background, right? I think we're at a Magic tournament right now, and I would appreciate some respect.
Before damage, I'll discard Force of Will.
Grab him.
Three, yeah.
Hedge Maze, Surveil. Wits End says, where's the decorum? You know, Wits End, some of these people that come to the New York City Legacy tournaments just have no decorum whatsoever. Here's Narcomoeba coming in.
They got like really friendly to his house, hanging out.
I'm with Harry. It should sound like a library.
Trigger.
I can do this.
I do shush these people, by the way. Shh.
Yeah. Every time I try to watch it, it hurts.
There's Shuko. That card is really something. I don't know if they tested it properly.
Okay.
I just feel like the Betrayers of Kamigawa set was a mistake. I mean, like, the whole thing was just a mistake.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
Go to
4.
21.
Go ahead.
Grab
My brother's not playing. It's not a bad game.
and I'll brainstorm.
But all it is just like a race. It feels like.
Harry Houdini doesn't seem to be believing that I shush people at Magic events. You know what, Harry? Ask the local players if I shush them. They will say yes. They will say yes. Here's the Wandering Emperor again. That card put in work in game 1. It will exile the construct. Down to 1 loyalty.
So my brother has the card. He's like, all right, come over one afternoon. Like,
all right, a ponder happening here. Leyline Dowser and the Wandering Emperor. That seems to be Force of Phil's killer combo on today's stream. They don't really combo, but whatever.
So I've got lands.
See, Alec in the ink says Chris is a shusher, can confirm. There you go, chat. There you go. Proof. Evidence. Shuko gets removed by Prismatic Ending. Things coming together here in game 2 for Force of Phil, looks like. Plussing the Wandering Emperor, nothing to do with that. Just trying to get the loyalty up. No blockers for it right now, though. And there's a 1/1 construct and a 1/1 Narcomoeba, but 2 loyalty for the Wandering Emperor. Okay, Brainstorm Terminus during the attacker's step. And it looks like these creatures are ready to move themselves to the bottom of the library. The construct gone forever.
I will Island Cycle.
completely confused.
Wandering Emperor protected.
Like, I was playing against my dad, and he took one of my pieces.
I mean, was the miracle mechanic a mistake? Does anybody know? Where's miracle on the storm scale?
Pieces that all look the same. They just have Japanese leadership on them, so I couldn't tell what.
No Man's in Core plus Nadu. Throw the sirens in the chat. Scooping it up as Force of Phil. That ends the game. We're going to game 3.
There's a scene where there's a character named Booger.
Yeah. Alright, 2 green. I will make 2 blue, and I'll
Riffle Shuffle. Oh, God.
exile Psychic Frog.
I just saw a Riffle Shuffle happen.
Now this is probably. So what do you have in your graveyard? Instant.
Turn 1 Ponder for Force of Phil. Starting off game 3. AP says Miracle is worse than the initiative. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't really matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Prismatic Ending to hit this Nomads and Core. Mystic Sanctuary tapped as the other land drop for this turn. Nomads and Core is gone. And a replacement drops. Force of Phil lets it resolve. Looks like Phil has another Prismatic Ending in hand. And maybe Phil holding a okay, tapping the wrong mana here. It looks like players are trying to move very fast. Could be low on time.
Mystic Sanctuary.
Okay, Hedge Maze Surveil.
I could get like yeah, it could be way worse.
Yep. There's just so many of those.
Look like a Nadu on top.
I mean, I still have multiple eyes.
Saga.
There's a Saga and another No Man's in Core. Okay, so that's 3 in a row. Does Phil have an answer? Looks like Phil's holding Surgical as well. I think I saw a Surgical Extraction in Phil's hand. It's a little hard to tell sometimes with the altars, but I think that's what I saw. Ooh, Cavern. Most likely naming Wizard. There's a Saga, ticks up to 2. Here's a Nadu, can't be countered. And we've assembled the combo. It looks like No Man's in Core getting activated.
Target.
I don't want all these 0 cost.
Target.
Yep. To get like totally blown up by it.
Okay, added 3 cards to hand. 2 of them counter spells and a land to the board. Phil drops a land. Needs to get rid of Nadu ASAP. Engineered explosives. That could potentially get rid of the Nomads and Core.
6.
Target.
And then you'll gain 6.
Target.
Okay. Added a bunch more cards to hand. Force of negation on the energy and explosives. I mean, it makes sense to counter it.
There's a Saga trigger.
Actually, I'll just consider you guys.
Okay, things were about to be done out of order there. That is after draw step. But Phil's going to concede with the Nadu Nomads and Core combo on the board. Phil out of resources, it seems, and Ron gets it. GG's.